Hey guys, it's Marlene of Marlene TV. Welcome to the show today. On this channel, we talk about prosperity in our natural hair and in our finances. So today we're going to be speaking with our guest and co-host. She is a fellow YouTuber and she is Major Change Group. So we're going to talk today about the credit card lifestyle, as you can see right here. So I want you guys to come in with your questions that you have and any comments. Are you living a credit card lifestyle as well? Let me know that too. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to invite up Tasha of Major Change Group, and we're going to have a good discussion. I welcome everybody. I would love if you guys would like this, share it out. That would be awesome. So let's invite Tasha up and welcome her to Marlene TV.
What's up, Marlene?
Hey,
How are you doing?
good. It's so great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Yes. So, Tasha, first of all, I want, for those who don't know about your channel, I want you to shout out your channel, talk about what it is that you do on your channel, and then we'll come back.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. I hope that y'all are doing well today. My name is Tasha from the Major Change Group. And on my channel, we talk about budgeting, credit, and student loans. We want to get your money straight, your credit straight, and then be able to make money from your credit cards as well. So that is what my channel is all about.
Awesome. So, how long have you been on YouTube, Tasha?
You know what, Marlene? I am going on, it's going to be 3 years on the 28th.
Oh my
Can
goodness.
you believe it?
I don't.
I'm just like, 3 years have went so fast. Like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it's been 3 years. And wow, it's just
Yes.
went so fast.
Yeah, it has. It has. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Recently, you got monetized and you got didn't you hit your 4K?
Yeah, so I'm at 4K and I've been monetized. I'm trying to think. I've been monetized a year, I think. Yeah, a year. I've been monetized a year.
Wow, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. I love to see, the progression of your channel, and I see your thumbnails is on fire, Tasha. I'm like, yes, girl.
Oh my
Look
gosh.
at your thumbnails. I'm like, yes,
Oh
girl,
my
do
Lord.
it.
Those thumbnails. Now, honestly, okay, some of the thumbnails I do myself, and some of the thumbnails I get done from Fiverr. But so it's like a 50-50 thing.
Okay, but
Mhm.
still, you're doing your thing. So let me welcome everybody who's in the chat. Hey, Kane E. Moore.
What's up?
Hey, Dawn.
What's
How are
going
you?
on? Now she does makeup and stuff, right?
Yes, she does.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I
she
need to be
does.
learning. I need to learn how to put some makeup. I don't know how to put on eyeshadow. I don't know how to put on eyeliner at the top. Oh my Lord.
I don't either, Tasha. Oh, Dawn says she can't wait to hear the credit card tea. Hey, Ranger. How you doing? Welcome. I'm doing great, Kane. I'm
What's
doing great.
going on?
Yes. So, Tasha, let's get into this topic. Okay, the credit card lifestyle. You got to put us on to what is the credit card lifestyle?
You
First,
know
start off
what?
with that.
The credit card lifestyle. So what I like to do, I like to use my credit cards like my debit card. So like I probably never have cash on me. And very rarely I don't even ever carry my debit card. I always carry a credit card and I use my credit cards like a debit card. But what I want to talk about first is creating that foundation and creating that discipline, because before you can even use your credit cards like a debit card. You have to get your money straight, and you have to make sure your credit score is good so that you can have credit cards. Or if you have credit cards, you want to be able to have the available credit limit to be able to use your credit cards like a debit card. So that's why I always like to talk about budgeting. And I'm telling you, this year, I would like for my budgeting videos, I want my budgeting videos to do really well, because y'all, like, I really be telling y'all my business with my
Yes.
budget and even my credit, my credit. I talk about my credit on my channel as well. And so, like, yesterday, I did my budget with me for the month of February. And so, thinking back to January, so for January, I had some unexpected expenses, and I had some other expenses that was like some really, really unexpected expenses, and then some expenses that kind of just crept up on me. And then I kind of splurged just a little bit too. So that's why it's very imperative for us to get our money straight and really understand how much money we have coming in compared to how much we have going out. So
Right.
that's why I like to talk about budgeting first, and I have a free budget and debt repayment worksheet on my if you go on my channel, and I have my 2022 digital budget planner. But even with that, use pencil and paper, because that's going to be the first step, because in order for me to use my credit cards like a debit card, I have to do my budget first. So I do my budget every month, sometimes like 2 times a month. I'm always crunching the numbers. I like to crunch the numbers. But before you can even do that, you really have to understand, like I said, your budget, and then you have to understand your credit. So I'm always talking about increasing your credit score and decreasing your credit utilization.
Okay, hold on, Tasha. Hold on, Tasha. We got to first talk about this budget thing. So you say you have a free budget app. Is that available on your channel? Is it a certain video, or where can they find it?
So on any of the videos, when you click on the video in the description, I have the free budget template, or you can go over to my Etsy shop, and I have my 2022 digital budget planner for sale on my Etsy shop. And if you look at my budget video, I actually use the 2022 digital budget planner.
Awesome. So somebody who doesn't know anything about a budget, and let
Mm-hmm.
everybody know, like, what really is involved in having having a budget. Because for those who don't know, just like some people think it's just knowing how much money you have, but it's more involved than that, right?
Yeah, I would say so, because what it really helps you first, it helps you to understand what you have coming in. Because the thing is, it's all about the discretionary income, right? So it's just like, okay, how much are my bills? Well, how much am I bringing in first? Then
Mhm.
how much are my bills? And then how much do I have left? And then what I have left, then that's when I could save or do things like that. But then also, if you're living a credit card lifestyle like me, once I know what bills I have, then I can know what credit card that I want to. Because most of the time, I'm gonna pay as many of my bills with my credit card as I can. But then
Right.
also, when I go out to eat, I'm going to use my credit card. When I go to Walgreens, I'm going to use my credit card. When I go to the grocery store, I'm going to use my credit card. So, so that's why it's good to know what you have going on.
Right. So, how can someone start? Okay, you say you're using your credit card like a debit card.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Explain that, like, and what's the benefit of it?
Well, I would say the benefit of it is, like, one really good benefit is, let's say you feel like you don't have enough money. So if you feel like you don't have enough money, one, that's the primary reason you should do a budget. Because the thing is it really that you don't have enough money, or is it that maybe, let's say, like right now, today is the 3rd, tomorrow's the 4th.
Mhm.
What's due? Is your cable bill due? Is your NES bill due? But maybe you don't get paid until the 15th and the 31st or something like that. So then if you have your credit card, then you can use your credit card to pay the bills But then by you doing the budget, you know that you have the money there to pay it off. Because the thing is, even though I like to use my credit card like a debit card, I do not carry a balance on my credit card. I pay my credit card off
Oh,
every month.
so tell us about that. Like, how do you even pull something like that off, Tasha?
That's what I'm saying. That's where I know it sounds simple. This is the thing. I know it sounds simple, but that's by me doing my budget, that lets me know how much money I have coming in, to where when I use my credit card, I'm just paying the credit card off every month. Now, I used to pay the credit card off like 4 times a month, like pretty much once a week I would pay the credit card off. But now what I do most of the time, I'm going to pay the credit card off like a month, monthly.
Monthly.
Yeah.
So what have you found is the benefit of doing that monthly?
So what I'm doing is I have 9 credit cards. And so, so I
Tasha,
have
what? What?
so, so I have 9 credit cards. And when I had applied for the Chase Sapphire preferred credit card, don't you know they almost denied me? They almost denied me because they said, because I had the Chase IHG and I had the Chase Southwest credit card. But they said that I had low usage on the credit card. And that's because when the credit card company reports to the credit bureau, there's not really, it's always at a zero balance. And since the credit cards are already at a zero balance, it looks like I'm not really using a credit card. So
Okay.
basically, what I did, I started leaving a balance on the credit card, like a 2 or 7%. 2 or 7% of my credit limit I would leave on the card. And then when you look at your credit card bill, you want to know your due date and you want to know your statement date. And so basically, whatever my statement date is, I would pay the 2 or 7% off at maybe like 2 or 3 days after the statement date, because it's like technically you really have about 5 weeks or so, but you really, the thing is, that's why it's imperative that we run tests. Like I'm always running
Yes.
tests and stuff to see kind of what's going on, to make sure that everything is reporting correctly.
Okay, so you said statement date and payment date. What is the difference between those two things?
Yeah, so the due date is when, let's say you charge $500 on the credit card, and then your credit card company will say, well, you owe $25. So that's you owe $25 by the due date. So
Mhm.
I'm usually going to make sure that I always pay whatever, the $25. But I'm also looking at the statement date.
Okay.
So then whatever the statement date is, that's when I will pay because see, the statement date is when the credit card company reports to the credit bureau.
Right. Okay. Okay. So Dawn has a question here, and
Mhm.
she says, "What are the best cards with rewards, and how do we make that benefit us?"
Right. That's a great question. There's so many credit cards out there. And see, this is where I think it comes back to your budget, and then because your budget and looking at your statements and all that kind of stuff, it really helps you to understand your spending, right?
Right.
So let's say you drive a lot. So, because I don't know, it was this one, I don't know if it was like a commercial, and then he was saying that he gets gas every 3 days. I'm like, oh, getting gas every 3 days. Oh
Um,
my gosh. So
mhm.
he would really want to have a credit card where he's gonna be getting he's gonna be getting for gas. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? But see, like me, I like to eat out a lot. So,
Yes.
so I'm gonna want a credit card that's gonna give me a lot of cash back or rewards or whatever for going to the restaurants. Or if you go to the grocery store a lot, like there are tons of like you can really rack up the points for going to the grocery store. So you really have to understand your spending to see what are some good credit cards for yourself. So let's say a grocery card. I would say the American Express Everyday credit card. I would almost really say a couple of the American Express credit cards, because like I have the American Express Everyday credit card and I get 2 times the points back if I make 20 purchases on the credit card. But then also for groceries, 2 times the points for groceries up to $6,000 a year. And then I want to say for the American Express Everyday Preferred, I think you get 3 times the points, and it kind of goes up and up. And then I want to say you might even get there's even one where you can get 6 times the points.
Wow.
So that's say like for groceries. But like my favorite credit card, one of my favorite credit cards is the Navy Federal More Rewards credit card. So I can get 3 times the points for groceries, 3 times the points for gas, 3 times the points for restaurants. And so that's gonna really get me everything that I need, opposed to just the groceries. But then let's say you have the Discover It. Right now, the Discover It has, I want to say, is it 5 times the points?
I
Five
think
times the points for groceries. So, like, really, right now, I really should be using the Discover It 5 times the points for groceries, but I have to unlock it for the groceries. Then maybe using my Navy Federal More Rewards for eating out and things like that. And so that's how I can maximize my points.
Right. So you were saying that you have to make 20 purchases a month with your American Express.
Yeah, so with the American Express Everyday card, it was so funny the first month that I had this card, because Rod from Points Blank Travel, he was selling, because I didn't have no American Express credit cards. And when he came on my channel, he talking about, I think he got like 9 American Express credit cards. And then everybody that you talk about, like, they just love the American Express credit cards. So I'm just like, I don't know about the American Express credit cards, because they have, oh my gosh, because I'm not an annual fee type of person, and the annual fees on those credit cards, I'm just like, I don't know about that. So he told me a credit card that I could get from American Express that doesn't have an annual fee. So the one that I really wanted the American Express cash back, but it was the American Express Everyday cash back, but I have the American Express Everyday, and then so I get membership points for that one opposed to cash back.
Okay.
And so it was so funny. He was telling me that he'll be going to the grocery store, he'll be making like a couple of different transactions and stuff, and it was so funny. So when I tried it, so I said, I'm gonna go to the grocery store early, and see, I'm not even an early person. So I went to the grocery store like 7:00, 7:30 in the morning. I was like, nobody's gonna be at the grocery store. I went to the grocery store, so I had maybe, so you got to do 20 purchases. I only needed 9 more purchases. So I'm going to do, so I was just like, do all one separate transaction. Boom, 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 boom. So I did 1 transaction, boom, 2. So I had got up to 7. When I got up to the 7th transaction, it denied my credit card. And then plus, it just seemed like once I finally got up there, then everybody want to come. And they like, what is this girl doing? You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a hot mess. It was so funny. But but
yeah, that happened.
So I don't know. It's just like I'm still trying to decide if I like the American Express Everyday card. It's okay, but I'm still trying to decide because I haven't had it 90 days yet.
Right. So like I want to ask you, okay, so I thought for sure when you did that video about the Navy Federal, I was sure I knew, because I was like, I watch it. I said, I know. I was shocked. I was like, it's not what I thought it was. I was like, Tasha, you should like we were talking face to face. I was like, Tasha, you surprised us.
That is so funny. I know, but I think he said the same thing too. He was surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So Dawn is saying, I have 2 store cards I've had for 10 years. Is it wise to close? I don't use them and they charge me for not using.
Whoa, they charge you for not using it? Okay, so this is what I would say. I think what I would do first, okay, because she said she has 5 credit cards, and then so I'm assuming she has 2 charge cards, because those are 2 different things. But
Right.
you can let me know, Dawn. So what I would do, I would really pull my credit report. So I would pull my credit report, because our credit report is made up of 5 components. We have our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. So what you're really asking me is regarding your length of credit. So our length of credit is 15% of our credit score. Now, I'll close the credit card in a second. I will close the credit card in a second. Sometimes they say you should not close a credit card, but the thing is, it all depends. So I would say, how many years have you had that credit card? If you had that credit card,
She said 10 years.
well, she said, oh my God. She said, I have 2 store credit card. Ooh, that I've had for 10 years. Dang. Okay, wait. She said she has 2 store credit cards and 3 Visa Master credit cards. Okay. So she has 5 credit cards, 2 store credit cards, and she says she's had them for 10 years. I don't know, Don. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know that I would close those, because the thing
Mhm.
is, I would really have to, there's so many parts to this, because see, the thing is, if you close the credit cards and those are the longest cards that you have, then that's going to mess up your length of credit. And
Mhm.
so then that means that your credit score can go down a little bit. So for me, it's gonna depend on what my credit score is, because like if you have a high credit score, I can stand to lose a few points. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if my credit score is low, then I think I would be like, well, I'm not going to close those until my credit score goes up a little bit. I don't know. It really depends on, and then too, it depends on how much are they charging me. Because if they charging me $59 a year or $99 a year, or if they're charging me something monthly, then I don't know. I'm the type of person that I would close the card. You see what I'm saying? So to me, it all depends. So I'm never going to tell somebody to close it, but I'm going to say it all depends. And you really have to look at all of the information. um yeah, she said they were the only people, she said they were the only people that would give me a credit card because I was so young. They're the long, ooh, yes. Okay, especially with them being Capital One. Okay,
Mm.
so my thing is, so since it's a Capital One credit card, does it have an annual fee on it? So then I would I okay, so she said I may just have them lower my limit. Cause see, what I was gonna say is I would possibly see, because this is something that I'm thinking about too, but not for one of my longest running cards. But I have the Chase I think, yeah, the Chase IHG credit card, and I have a I think it's a $69 annual fee on there, and I really don't use that credit card because I only got it to
Yeah.
get the 160,000 points.
Mm.
So I'm thinking about downgrading that card. So I
Mhm.
would even consider, with that being a Capital One credit card, can you downgrade that credit card to something that doesn't have an annual fee? But Don,
Right.
let us know, does that credit card have an annual fee? And then I would because yeah, with your longest running credit card, I don't know. But then
Yeah.
too, it depends on your credit score. It depends on your credit score too, because sometimes I feel like, and I'm just saying with me, like when you know the rules, I feel like you can play the rules how you want to. So for
Right.
me, I'm always going to look at it from what I'm trying to do. So that's why, like, for me, sometimes, like, I've closed credit cards. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I have closed a credit card because I don't, if my credit score, but see, like now my credit card I don't know, my credit score is it's kind of taking a little hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like I don't, like right now I would maybe say I don't know, but if my credit score was what it was, like a 723 or a 750 or something like that, then I don't think that I would mind losing a few
Yeah.
points, because the thing is, it's gonna bounce back. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like nothing is just forever. Even with my credit score going down a little bit since I paid off my auto loan, and then since I had applied for 2 credit cards in 1 month, so I already lost 13 points. And
Wow.
I'm kind of crying. Like a little bit. Crying just a
Yes.
little. But on the same hand, I would say my credit score is not horrible.
Mhm. Yeah, Don, I would recommend that you ask them, ask them if they could lower your limit, or if sometimes they may like transfer to another card.
Right. I
If
don't think I would. I honestly would not ask them to lower the limit, because, but I would have to know what credit card it is. And I would have to really think about it, because I don't think lowering the limit is going to do anything. So I would ask them, I would find out if there's a lower tiered card that you could get and do it that way, opposed to, or I would just close it. But I would look at all, like, because see, the thing is, you only know your whole report. And so that's why I really say, with all of this, know how much money you have coming in compared to how much you have going out, and know your credit score. Know pull each of your credit reports. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. Pull all your credit reports. Pull your credit score. See where you're at. How are you looking? And then when you have the overall picture, that can help you to make the best decision, and then do it that way.
Right, because you can get your credit report every year, isn't it? Annualcreditreport.com.
And actually, you can get it. You can pull your credit report weekly until April the 2023.
Okay, so we have a little time.
Yeah.
Hey, Reppin. Dawn says I honestly don't know. I need to check. So
Yeah.
yeah, just check it out. So Tasha, tell us about this. Oh, I know you had closed, like you said, you closed everything down because you paid off your auto loan. Congratulations, you paid
Thank
it off.
you. I'm
That is so
excited.
hard. That is so hard to do. I'm so proud of you. So you say you took a hit for that. Was it a big hit?
Well, okay. So I had got my car October of 2020, but I didn't make my first payment. So my first payment was not due until December 2020. And so basically I paid the car. So it was $20,299. So I paid that off in a year. So I paid that off, and I actually paid it off a
Under
little
a
bit
year,
less
right?
than yeah,
Yes.
a little bit less than a year. So thank you. Yeah, so I was so excited about it. And so they say sometimes when you pay things off, that it can impact your score. So it was so funny. So I did a video about it, because people, they'll make comments, and it was like, so when I was leading up to it, because I was really doing my journey on my channel, and they was like, ooh, when you pay it off, it's gonna mess your score up. And I was just like, well, because see, everything, it really depends. Everything really depends on your credit profile. So it's just like, if I only had the car loan, and then if I only had the one car loan and that was it, then yes, it's probably because I'm taking away my payment history. I'm taking away everything. You see what I'm saying? And so, but like for me, I have, I got my student loans, then I got my mortgage, and then I got 9 credit cards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got a couple of things on my credit report to where I have a pretty good, credit profile, opposed to me not having anything. And so And so when I did the video, I was just like, okay, it might go down a little bit. So that was the first thing. But then I had applied for 2 credit cards. And so that's new credit. So that's 10% of your credit score. And so my credit score went down, and this is just my Experian credit score. So it went down 13 points in a month.
Oh,
Yes,
Tasha.
it went down
Oh.
13 points in a month.
Tasha,
so,
you just.
so I'm just like, oh my goodness gracious,
Did
13
did
points.
you plan it that way, Tasha? You had planned to do the 2 cards,
No,
or
cause see
it was
that's the
just
thing. I had and see that's cause see when I made the first video, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna see how it goes. But then after the video, I don't know if it was like a week or two after the video, then that's when I had applied for the 2 credit cards. So when I did the follow-up video, I was just like, well, I don't know that I'm comparing apples to apples, because applying for the 2 credit cards can knock your score down too. So so in February, we're in February now, but I think it's like February 6th or something like that when my new score comes out. We'll have to see
okay.
if
So
it's
then we'll
gonna
know.
go down anymore. But even if it does go down, it's gonna come back up, so it's gonna balance itself off. So, but it does kind of sting a little bit because I've been working to improve it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it kind of hurts, but then on the other hand, it's okay because, I'm not really, I have the 9 credit cards. I have everything I need with my credit. So on the one hand, I don't need any more credit.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically you have everything that you need.
Yeah, so I have everything that I need, but then I'm also thinking, okay, is there anything down the line, that I'm gonna want to do? So,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess my credit score up.
Hmm. Yes, I understand. I understand. So let's get back into this credit card lifestyle. So, I am a person like for I would say almost my whole life. I've always been living the debit card lifestyle because I think a lot of us don't understand really that we could actually live the credit card lifestyle, like Tasha mentioned, where
Mhm.
you're using your credit card in place of a debit card. And we talked about the benefits of that. But like a person who wants to transition and get into the credit card lifestyle, how many credit cards do you think that a person should start off with?
Um, I would say one.
This one. Okay.
Yeah, I had I've had and I probably had more than 9 credit cards, but I would say it really wasn't until I want to say I had 4 credit cards up until 2019. And then 2019, that's when I really was starting to learn credit card churning. And see, the thing is, I'll take it back. Um, I was kind of like because I've done Dave Ramsey and a lot of other people, and I was just using my debit card. I was just using my debit card, but also I was on the Dave Ramsey plan because, like, this is the thing. I had to learn how to get this way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't, you're not just taught how to use credit cards
Right.
appropriately. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I have maxed out my fair share of credit cards. I have paid my fair share of credit card interest. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But for probably, I mean, it could be like 5 years, maybe 6 years now. It's been a pretty amount, I would say over 4 years now, to where I have paid the credit card off every month. Or even if I have a credit card balance, it's on a 0% interest credit card. Because
Right.
the thing is, we want to make money from the credit card company. We don't want to pay them money.
Right.
So the best perk that I can say with living a credit card lifestyle, I make money. So I want to say, I think it was, I don't know if it was 2019 or 2020. I think it was maybe 29. I don't know. It's like time is going by so fast. But one year I made $1,200. I think it was like $1,214 last year, and I think that next year, well, last year I probably earned over 2,000. This year I'm probably gonna earn even more, and then excuse me, and then it's really gonna depend on your spending. You see what I'm saying? So maybe if your spending is a little bit more than my spending, then you can earn more. So it really just depends. But
Right.
um I think repping time fitness that I'm scared I'll go broke or get into debt. And so that's the part that I really appreciate, even him sharing that. And that's why when I talk about credit cards, I always like to talk about budgeting, and that's why, like,
Yeah.
y'all, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want y'all to watch my budgeting videos too, because like my credit card videos, like they do amazing. Like everybody wants credit cards, everybody wants a lot of they want these high credit limits. But the thing is, are we using it appropriately? Are we getting into a lot of debt? And so the thing is, for myself, I have 9 credit cards, but I don't have a balance. You see what I'm saying? I don't pay interest on credit cards for the past several years. You see what I'm saying? But I think that especially by me doing the Dave Ramsey thing and using my debit card or using cash in the past, it has taught me the discipline that I need. So I have that discipline now, to where I'm not just because even like when I was in college, it's just like I was buying clothes all the time. I travel. I always would travel wherever. You see what I'm saying? You would just run it on the credit card. But it's just like now I'm always I haven't been on a trip since 2020, like an actual trip.
Right.
When we went to we went to Dubai, but see, I didn't even have to worry about it. My trip was already, when I came back, I wasn't worrying about how I was gonna pay it off. You see what I'm saying? Everything was good, so I really wasn't worried about it after. And I just think that it just makes it a whole lot better. So that's where, like, for me, I feel like you can not have credit cards or you can have credit cards. It's just about your lifestyle and how it's going to work for you. But it's just like, I don't necessarily, on the one hand, I don't necessarily think that you even have to have credit cards. But on the same hand, there's another side of it that from 2019 till now, that I just learned myself, to where by me using my credit cards like a debit card on my natural spending, day to day, grocery store, gas, personal needs, clothes or whatever. But I don't really buy, I don't buy a whole lot of clothes and all that kind of stuff, or whatever. Just whatever I'm swiping my card, I'm always swiping I'm always swiping my credit card, and then I'm making money. So like I said, I made $1,214 one year, 1,700 another year, 2,000, over 2,000. And so this year my goal is to take a trip using my bonus points. Take a trip, And the thing is, because it's so funny when I talk about it, and I'm like, they gonna think I'm poor because I want to use my credit cards to take a trip. But it's just like, I just, I would be using this money on my debit card anyway. But by me using it on my credit card, and I'm paying my credit card off every month, the bank is paying me money, unless I don't have an annual fee. If I have an annual fee, then I might have to pay them $49.99. I'm not really going over $99 on an annual fee, and I'm not gonna have that many. You see what I'm saying?
I understand.
So it's just really in those instances, that's when they're just paying me.
Right. what like for Rep and Time Fitness, I would give a recommendation like how I started because me and Tasha have been talking back and forth for a while because I told Tasha when I had just started my journey about my debt and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And for me personally, Rep and Time Fitness, I would give the recommendation you got to start learning yourself, like how do you spend your money? How do you organize your finances? What is your credit score? You got to get to know yourself first and what you need, what's your goals, and before I would get a credit card, because I know that I am using my cards right now to build my credit.
Right.
I'm looking at building credit cards.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to know what is your needs and then move accordingly.
Yeah, yeah. And I think even somebody said something about a secure credit card. So I would even say, because it's just like on the one hand, you don't even need a credit card. Now, I think there are a lot of perks to having a credit card because I think you have a lot of protections with credit cards. Thank you. But even a secure credit card. But see, the thing is, even with a secure credit card, to me, I feel that's what I'm saying. It all goes back to budgeting because even with a secure credit card, do you have 200, 250? Do you have 500? Do you have $1,000 that you can set aside because you're going to be your bank? Because this is a secure credit card. So at this point, you're going to be your own bank. And it's basically like, it's almost like a savings account that you can't take the money from, right? Because you use the credit card every month with the secure credit card, but you have to pay the credit card back. If not, then you're going to be messing it up.
Right. And that's why, just like you said, you have to know what is working best for you and you have to know your own budget.
What's up, Arnold?
Hey,
How's it
Arnold.
going?
What's going on? Yes. So, Tasha, tell us a little bit about, like your journey. When you first started off, like your credit card lifestyle, like where were you? Like you had a good credit score, you're trying to repair your credit, like where were you?
You know what? It's so funny. I'm gonna say my credit score pretty much always been good. My credit score always been good. I've had credit cards since I was like in college. But see, this is where I'm gonna tell you, even though, because see, the thing is, all credit does is tell the banks how likely you are going to be able to pay the debts back. Having credit means nothing. You see what I'm saying? Just because you have credit, that doesn't mean that you have money. You know what I'm saying? But because see, the thing is, I can still, because you got to think of it like this. As long as I pay my credit card off, it's not, well, no, this is the thing. So I can have a credit card, and as long as I pay the minimum balance every month, and then as long as I don't, even if I leave 30% on a credit card, but I'm still paying the bank interest, but I can still have a good credit score. So that's what I'm saying. A good credit score does not even necessarily mean that you're doing right with your money. So it's just like, that's why I like to talk about, that's why I talk about my journey of using credit using my credit card like a debit card, but budgeting. And that's why I like to start with budgeting and really us getting our foundation right and not, just consuming so much that we're having all of this credit card debt, but consuming within your amount of money that you have. You know what I'm saying? So
right. Right. Urban Type Fantasy says, I want money and credit so I can buy a Lamborghini.
I know that's right. But look, I'll be messing up the hubcap because I cannot parallel park and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. That's a little. I'll be scraping.
Well, I like the credit card lifestyle because having credit cards, it allows you to have some leverage.
Yeah, I do. I feel that's what I'm saying. I feel like it gives you some leverage. but I feel like it can help you. And so I mean, so that goes back to, so I've had credit cards forever. So I've had credit cards forever. And I would say my credit score has always been good. But like I said, I maxed out credit cards. I've had debt on credit cards. I've paid interest on credit cards. But then I've also been, like when I found Dave Ramsey, and then I cut the credit cards, but I didn't close the credit cards. And I really learned the discipline. So it's just like on the one hand, I can understand what he's saying with not using credit cards. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm saying. I feel like we're not necessarily taught how to use credit card. Because see, the thing is, we want to use the credit card money, but we want to save our money. We want to hold our money, but just pay a minimum balance to the credit card company. But then we're paying them interest. That's what we normally do. But see, the thing is, why am I paying them extra money? And then if I'm buying a $200 item, why am I paying for it 3 times by paying interest?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, because, I could be paying myself that money, or I could be saving that money, or I could be, building my wealth with that money opposed to the company.
Hey, Jean.
What's up, Jean? How are you doing,
Yes.
Jean? 1984, G. What's going on?
Yes, I agree with you, Tosh, because I think it's something about knowledge, like having knowledge and then knowing what to do with it, because it's like a lot of things that we want, but then when you figure out, like, okay, because before I used to be like, I have $100 credit card, so I got $100 to spend. No, you don't.
Yeah, and then the thing is, you got $100 to spend. You spend the whole $100, and then you pay the $25 every month. But you got your money. You still have your money. But then and then the thing is because on the one hand, we're not thinking that we're paying $1 every day, or we're paying. It just doesn't seem that large of an amount that we're paying them. But it's just like over time, if you really think about it, you're really paying the credit card company a lot of money that we could have, we could have bought extra sneakers or
a vacation,
or whatever it is.
Right. And all of that comes, I think a lot of times, especially in the Black community, we kind of stay away from things because we don't have the knowledge of things,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I think it's
and I can say that, and I can say that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, really, what I'm talking about is more so like the basics of finance, and that's budgeting. But then when you start asking me about stocks and crypto, see, that's where I'm going to be at a deficit. And then that's where I'm going to be scared, because I can tell you since 2020, I've been wanting to. Now, I finally did get me a Robinhood account, but I haven't put any money because I get nervous. And then, one of my goals for 2022, since I paid off my car, I want to get me a Roth IRA. And then my stretch goal, so I want to get me a Roth IRA. And then my stretch goal is to fully fund my Roth IRA for 2021 by April 5th, 14th of 2022. But, like right now, the market is kind of unstable and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, I'm getting nervous. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting scared. But the thing is, it's like, I can't continue, but some of the channels that I follow, like Intentional Millionaire and Wealth Engineering, they were talking about, and see, this is the best time to kind of get in, because see, on the one hand, you don't lose the money unless you take the money out of the market. You see what I'm saying? So you just got to let it sit there. And so that's where I'm, just trying to wrap my head around that, because I don't want to miss out, on the opportunity cost of that. So.
Right. So how I started, Tasha, like I just started into crypto the end of last year. And what I've done is I use, like, instead of spending $10, $15 on getting something fast food drive through, I'm investing in myself.
Okay.
So not all the time. Now, come on now, I like drive through too. But I'm just saying, I allow myself at least one time. So instead of saying, I'm going to go home, I'm going to cook that dinner and I'm going to invest in myself.
Oh my Lord, Marlene. Ooh, I wish I
Come
was. Oh
on,
my goodness.
Tasha. I just one time for the month. Say, I'm
Woo.
going to pass on this drive through. I'm going to go home
Oh
and
my
cook.
Lord. If I
And
went
I'm
one
going
time a month, that would be like I am just so
once,
but
just
I said for the month of
$10.
February, because I feel like that's what I want to tackle next. Because the thing is, just because I have the money, I don't know. It's just so, because it's just me. And it's just so, and it's just like, and then this is the funny thing. It's not even, well, because it's like, I'm not going to like McDonald's and stuff like that. But, because it's like, I can't cook. Like when I, like in January, and see, that's the thing. It's like, I'll do good. So, like in January, I cooked a lot more because, like, on my channel, they tried to, like in the comments and stuff, because I was talking about the American Express everyday card and you get 6%. It depends on which American Express you got.
Okay.
You can get 6%. And the one guy, he was just like, what do you need with that wig? You don't even go to the grocery store to get 6% back. I was just like, oh, so I was just like, I was cracking up. Oh, it was so funny. So it was like I was cooking, so I cooked a whole lot more. But like February, we just getting started in February. I haven't cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been going out to eat.
Tasha, I'm not knocking you. I love using my Grubhub, but
But you know what? But I don't get food delivered to the house and stuff. I'll go pick it up. So I don't do
oh
food. Yeah, I
no,
don't do
girl.
food
I love to be in
delivery
my
and stuff like
robe,
that.
child. I'll be in my robe, but like, yes, thank you. Take it.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yes, so because I was like, I'm trying to spread like a positive community, like everybody to not telling anybody what to do, but just sharing our experiences because
Yeah, and that's what I like to do. That's
yeah,
what I like to do. And that's why I was saying, even like for Dawn, like on my channel, because I think I'm gonna talk about that soon because I was really because I think it was Rod from Points Blank Travel. He did a video about the Chase IHG, but see, I have a Chase IHG preferred, and
okay.
he was talking about the one lower than that. And then I was just like, whoa, by him doing that video, it kind of opened my
Mhm,
eyes. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna call to see if I can get that car downgraded from the Premier
mhm.
to the actual the
Yeah,
lower tier. That way it doesn't have an annual fee on it. I'll still
okay.
have the credit card, even though I don't need the credit card. Like technically I could really close the credit
Mhm,
card, but if I can downgrade it and have a
mhm.
zero annual fee,
Guilty.
then I'll be
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah. Well, that's why I love this community here on YouTube because we like when you make a video, I'll be like, oh, okay. They put something in my like a light bulb will go off, and I'll be like, okay, I hear something from Rod. Okay, I hear something from Tim.
Right.
You know, so I love this community because we're all out there, sharing our experiences, so we can always learn from each other, and I think that that's a great bonus and benefit. We don't have to always learn from experience by hitting our head against the wall. We can learn from
Right.
somebody like,
Yeah,
don't do
exactly.
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, that's what I'm all about. I'm all about learning from somebody else. And so that's why, like on my channel, for me, it's more so just telling my experience, not so much, I'm just really telling my experience.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that about what you're doing on your channel, spreading the knowledge about your credit cards and all of that. Because when I first started, I'll be honest, Tasha, I'd be like, she got all them credit cards, so I ain't gonna get me. I'm not getting no credit cards. And, and here I am over here now. I got two.
Yeah. So you got your one, and how has it been going with your one credit card?
Oh my goodness, Tasha, I have moved past one. I got two now.
What?
Yes, I got two. So I applied my first one. I got a secured credit card
Right.
from Citibank. And then I just got one because okay, I'll tell you how it happened. It was a mistake.
What
So
was a
I'm on my
mistake?
phone. I'm on my phone and I look, they're like pre-approved Mission Lane credit card. It was like everybody, like no, it was like 90% that everybody gets this card. And it was
Mhm.
an unsecured one. So I was like, it would be a real credit card. So I was like, okay, yeah. And I was going through and looking through stuff, and next thing I know, it went through. And
Dang.
I was like, but I would. And then when I looked, it was like 5 seconds later, you've been approved. I was like, oh, okay, all
Now
right.
which credit card is this?
Mission Lane. Mission
Hmm.
Lane. It's not a big. I guess it's not a big company or anything, but it's a credit card. I was like,
Yeah,
I got my first real credit card, so here we
exactly.
go.
Yeah, and so that's the thing, as long as you're continuing to use it just like you was using your secure credit card, paying the
Mhm,
card off every month, not
mhm,
leaving a balance on it and all that kind of stuff, I
mhm.
think you'll be fine and it'll help to build your credit.
Yeah, because I was like, and now that I have two, like I can understand why people have 10, 15 credit cards because like I'm itching now. I'm like, I want
No, that's
another
what I'm
one.
saying. That's what I'm saying. Even with Dawn, because she was saying that she had the 5 credit cards, and I know 2 of them are charge store
Mhm,
credit cards. But I think that's fine, and that's the only thing. Even though I have 9 credit cards, I don't know that it's necessary. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you don't need credit cards because say like even like my brother, he doesn't have credit cards, and I think that's fine. I don't know that you have to. I feel like it's all a personal preference, and you have to do what's for you. Because if you feel like that you're gonna forget and you're not gonna pay the credit card off every month, or you're gonna,
mhm,
max it out, then I would say not to do it. I think that we really
mhm.
have to get into the discipline first, and then once you do have the discipline, then you can have the credit cards. But I don't know that it's really
Yeah.
because some people might say, well, 9 credit cards is not, because they might have 12 credit cards, they might have 26 credit cards or something like that. But
Mhm,
it doesn't bother me. I have
mhm.
what I can use because I know sometimes like my dad and my sister. Because I remember when I first started doing this, my dad was like, "What? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're even though I was paying credit cards off every month and all that kind of stuff." He was just like, "Oh, I don't know." But
Yeah.
once because it's not something that we really do, because
Right.
it's just like normal. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, really, I think 2 credit cards are good, especially. I think 2 credit cards is a sweet spot because, you have your 2 daily drivers because I don't know that there's just one credit card that you can get everything out of. So just
Mhm.
like right now, my daily drivers are the Navy Federal Cash Rewards credit card and the Navy Federal no and the American Express Everyday. But that's only because I'm getting my minimum spend on those credit cards. But
Okay.
see, if I didn't have those, probably like the Discover It for the first quarter, that would be my daily driver for the grocery store because I would get 5% for the grocery store. And
Mhm.
then I think they have for, let's say, like fitness centers and all that kind of stuff because the
Right.
beginning of the year, so they for your fitness and all that kind of stuff. So I would get 5% back for groceries, and
Yes.
then I would probably use my Navy Federal, probably my more rewards because I'm gonna get 3 times the points for gas and then 3 times the points for restaurants.
Right.
So you really have to know what categories you really like so that you
Mhm.
can be able to decide which credit cards are really good for you.
Right. For me, like when I first started, my first one is for just to establish and build my credit.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I'm just putting my Netflix bill on. My next one is going to be based just so I can build like some travel points.
Yeah, and I'm
Um,
gonna definitely because so I did a credit card. I did one video about if you want to do balance transfers. So I did one for balance transfers, and then I did one for cash back. So 5 top credit cards for balance transfers. So if you're paying down debt or do that one, then get, one of those 5 credit cards. That way you're not paying interest and you can pay the credit card off really quick. Then the second video I did was cash back credit cards. And so I had talked about that. So then somebody had put in the comments about so I'm gonna do a travel credit cards. So I'm gonna do a travel credit card, but I think I'm also gonna do a credit card on the top 5 credit cards that have a 0% annual fee, but a 0% interest rate for let's say 12, 15, or even 14 months. Because let's say like the American Express Everyday credit card that I have, it has 15 months, no interest.
Oh.
Now, see, this is the thing. So, I pay my credit cards off every month, but I'm just like, okay, because I want to get me another laptop because my poor baby, oh my God, she been acting up.
Oh, boy.
I'm just like, no, this is not right. I've only had this laptop for 3 years. And ever since I downloaded that freaking Monterey, it's been acting up. And so I'm really thinking about getting me another laptop. But I kind of want to wait, but I kind of need to, So I was just like, maybe I can put it on my American Express Everyday credit card and just wait to pay it off because, my stretch goal is to max out my Roth IRA, and that's $6,000.
Right.
Max that out by April the 14th. So it's like, I'm trying to do other things. And so I think that I might leave a balance on it, but we'll have to see. Because typically I always pay the credit card off every month, but I'm just trying to, but see, that's what I'm saying, that we have to really understand what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? So I'm really looking at everything and then just trying to see what it is that I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to max out that 401. Well, I already maxed out my 401k at work.
Roth IRA.
But my Roth IRA. And so, well, that's my stretch goal. My stretch goal is to max it out, but that's $6,000. So am I going to be able to save $6,000 in basically 4 months?
Yeah.
Am I going to be able to do that?
Yeah. I think you could do it, Tasha.
I don't know.
I think you could do it.
Last year, I saved $5,000 in 6 months. But can I save $6,000 in 4 months?
I think you can.
I don't know what I eat now. I'll be doing.
Tasha. Listen, if you can do it, I can do it because what my goal is. My goal is to be debt free by December 31st. Now listen, Tasha, it's not easy because I'd be like, everybody's going on vacation. Everybody prepare for vacations right now. And they're like, you gonna come with us? And I'd be like,
I know.
Do it.
It's so funny. Like, that's what I'm saying. I was just talking to my mom today. And we was talking about going to Puerto Rico, then talking about going to Vegas and all that. And I'm just like, that's that I can't get to my goals. You know what I'm saying? You got your goals. So I gotta see, I gotta make it happen. So, let's see.
It's all about maybe just use your points. Use your points.
Oh yeah, this is the thing. Because I'm wanting to get me a free trip, but the thing is, it's just like, is this gonna be my trip? Is this gonna be, like me and my sister's birthday trip? Is it gonna be me and my mom's trip? How am I gonna disperse it? You see what I'm saying? Because I already have, I think I got maybe, I'm trying to think, do I have 1,300 or 1,600? I either have 1,300 or 1,600 points available. Well, cash back. That's actually cash back that I can use. So you see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I could actually use that to probably buy me a laptop because I could just get the cash back. But I said my goal was to use it for a trip, So that's what I'm saying.
You sure that you couldn't squeeze both out of it? I think you could if you crunch your numbers, Tasha. I think get on there and tap, like squeeze.
I don't know, because I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. I'm always crunching the numbers and trying to figure it out. So the one thing is, it's gonna work out. That's all I can
It
say.
will. It will work out.
It's
So
gonna work out.
don't worry about anything. So
Mm-hmm.
you have anything else that you want to add? Because
No,
we're gonna wrap
I
up.
just
We're gonna
really
wrap up.
appreciate you having me on here, and I really appreciate everybody that's watching, and I hope that everybody is doing good.
Right. And I want to have you on. I'm just crossing my fingers and my toes. If I am debt free, I'm going to do it live because I'm going to do like, I'm going to be calling into Dave Ramsey
Yes.
so I
Oh
could be
my
screaming,
gosh,
I'm
that
debt
is gonna be
free. Yeah.
amazing.
So I hope that it's going to be December 31st. If not, like I can see like my furthest extent is February. So I don't want it to be go that
No,
long.
I think you're gonna do it. I think you might even do it before.
Girl, I hope so. I hope so, guys. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I
Yes,
just
so
want
you
it
can
so
do it. 'Cause
bad.
I know you can do it because you had a goal and you have paid off that other stuff. You have increased your credit score. You have went from one credit card to a secure credit card to unsecured credit
Yeah.
card. So you can do it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so, guys. But I'm gonna do it live. So I hope on that one you can make it when I do
Of
it.
course, I will make sure that I will be here.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tasha. So
Thank
guys,
you.
Major Change Group. If you guys don't know about her channel, I'm gonna have it linked in the comment section when this video uploads. Head on over there and show her some real love. Thanks, Tasha.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys.